What's up, guys? Back for another Hawkeye Star Rail video. Very soon in version 3.2 we will have a new item that lets you exchange for a copy of Ruan Mei, Luocha, or one of the standard banner characters. And obviously you guys are probably wondering what you should pick, so this video is here to help you out. Now the exchange shop will look something like on screen. Obviously it'll be using the new currency instead though, which is pretty cool. You know, I'm sure there'll be another icon here and there'll be another one for the Lycon shop. That will be a different video, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on what the best Lycon to get is, but that's for a different video, right? Let's go over Ruan Mei and Luocha before we get into who you should be picking. So Ruan Mei is a 5-star Ice Harmony character. She was the first kind of glimpse at Hawkeye support rail because Bronya was OP, right? Tingyun was OP, but this is all launch characters, and we really had to see how good the first actual limited one was, and man, did they deliver. Ruan Mei's biggest attack is just 100% of her attack to a single target enemy, pretty basic. Her skill, after using her skill, she gains Overtune, lasting for 3 turns. This decreases by 1 at the start of her turn. When Ruan Mei has Overtune, all allies' damage increases by 32%, and their weakness break efficiency increases by 50%. So, Ruan Mei came out the update before Pennconi, which was 1.7, if I'm not forgetting. It's 1.7 1.8, right? My bad, right? It's not my fault. They decided to skip 1.9, 2.9, all that good stuff, right? Hoyo is very weird. Anyway, she was the last patch before Pennconi 2.0, so she is getting, you know, she got some age on her, right? But I'm telling you, they just don't know how to power creep because they have yet to release a character that increases weakness break efficiency for the team. So this skill still holds up to this day. Anyway, ultimate for Ruan Mei deploys a zone that lasts for 2 turns. The zone duration decreases by 1 at the start of her turn. When inside the zone, all allies, all type res pen increases by 25%, and their attacks apply Rebloom, I'm not saying the first word, so the enemy's hit. When the enemies attempt to recover from weakness break, Rebloom is triggered, extending the duration of their weakness break, doubling their action by an amount equal to 20% of the Ruan Mei's break effect plus 10%. It deals break damage equal to 50% of Ruan Mei's ice break damage. Enemy targets cannot have Rebloom reapplied to them until they recover from weakness break. This will help you, especially in sustainless runs when you don't want to get hit too much. Ruan Mei will stop them from attacking, which gives you a few more attacks. Then her talent increases speed by 10% for all teammates, excluding her. When allies break an enemy target's weakness, Ruan Mei deals damage to this enemy equal to 120 of her ice break damage, which is pretty cool. Just some extra damage, nothing too crazy though, but you might get a kill if they were to live at like a slither of HP. Increased speed by 10% though is absolutely massive. Then her technique, after using technique, gains Silk Serenade. At the start of the next battle, automatically triggers skill for 1 time without receiving skill points. However, in simulated universe or divergent universe, when Ruan Mei has Silk and Serenade, the team actively attacking enemies will always be regarded as attacking their weakness to enter battle. And this attack can reduce all enemies' toughness regardless of weakness types. When breaking weakness triggers weakness break effect corresponding to the attacker's type. For each blessing in possession up to a maximum of 20, will be taken into account. Additionally, increase the toughness reduction of this attack by 100%. After breaking the enemy target's weakness, additionally deals to the enemy target break damage equal to 100% of Ruan Mei's ice break damage. Literally half health, most things. It's actually absurd. Plus, if you own Ruan Mei, there's like a special buff you can get where she gives you a ton of blessings. It's, you know, it's pay to win for the simulated universe, bro. It is how it is. Bonus traces are in battle for every 10% of Ruan Mei's break effect that exceeds 120. Her skill addition increases all allies' damage by 6% up to a maximum of 36%. Ruan Mei regenerates 5 energy at the start of her turn and increase break effect by 20% for all allies. Her stat bonuses are 37.3% for break effect, 22.5 for defense, and 5 speed. Now, this is very important. I'm not going to really go over the icons too much, right? E1 is very important though. While the ultimate zone is deployed, the damage dealt by all allies ignores 20% of the target's defense. The reason this is really important is because when we go over what you should be getting, E1 plays a huge role in this. Now, E2 is cool and all, but should attack for 40% when dealing damage to an enemy that is weakness broken. And a lot of people probably already have E1 Ruan Mei or E0, right? I don't think E2 is that crazy, right? So let's go over to Luocha real quick. Now, I'm going to skim through Luocha because he's pretty basic. Luocha pretty much has a skill that heals, right? And gets 1 stack of Abyss Flower. When an ally's HP percentage drops below 50%, this effect will automatically trigger. This effect can be triggered again after 2 turns, right? And this will consume skill point if it's the emergency heal. His ultimate removes 1 buff from all enemies and it deals damage, and then gives him a stack of Abyss Flower. When you have 2 Abyss Flower stacks, meaning you ult twice, skill once, ultimate twice, whatever combination you have, you will consume all stacks and deploy a zone. When an enemy in the zone is attacked by an ally, the attacking ally's HP is immediately restored by amount equal to 18% of Luocha's attack plus 240. The zone lasts for 2 turns. If Luocha is knocked out, the zone is dispelled, and the technique means that the tower will immediately trigger at the start of the next battle. It's pretty basic, so he's pretty old, right? Pretty much he's a healer who scales off of attack, right? His bonus choices increase the chance to resist CC by 70%. When skill's effect is triggered, dispel 1 debuff. And when an enemy in the zone is attacked by an ally, all allies except the attacker restore HP equal to 7% of his attack plus 93. This gives allies an extra way to heal other people. His stat bonuses are 28% attack, 18% HP, and 12.5% defense. Pretty much his scaling stat and then stuff to help him survive. Now, his E1 is kind of useful. When your zone is active, all allies gain 20% attack. However, the teams you would use him on don't really benefit from it too much, so it's not nearly as impactful as Ruan Mei's. Now, you might be wondering at this point, who should I go for? Now, I have this list right here. Let me go ahead and move it on the screen. Top priority, by far, is Ruan Mei E1. Then, obviously, it's obtaining Ruan Mei. Then after that, I highly recommend saving. The reason for this is because Gallagher exists, right? Which Gallagher is a very good sustain, right? I think Luocha is technically better with healing, but Gallagher does it enough, and they have very similar abilities to where if you hit an enemy, you heal, right? Gallagher also cleanses on skill, and more than likely, you have 2 sustains already. Luocha's not really doing too much for the team. Even his E1 is not truly helpful because the teams you'd run him on, being Media and Castors at the moment, don't scale off attack, right? And the ones that do scale off attack also want energy, which Ho kind of just shits all over him for that, which is a bit unfortunate. Luocha is cool, but you know, Ho exists, right? Then, if you really, really want to use your exchange, Bronya, and then Himiko, and then everybody else. And that's pretty much it. But I highly recommend, if you already have E1 Ruan Mei, just save. If you don't have Ruan Mei, go ahead and grab her. And then if you have her and you're thinking about E1, it pretty much just comes down to, do you use Ruan Mei? Do you use Break Team? If you use Break Team, get it. If you use Ruan Mei, get it. If you don't use her too often anymore, then you could probably just save the coin. It should have new characters when they update it. I highly doubt they're going to have a completely new currency, but if they do, you could probably always use it before they get rid of it or whatever the heck they would do, right? I don't think Hoyoverse would be that scummy, but you know, I'm not holding my breath, right? Now, I will say it is kind of weird how they dropped these 2 characters, because Ruan Mei's usefulness is way higher than Luocha's at the moment. I don't know why they picked it. I feel like a better option would have maybe been like Topaz. Well, Topaz also doesn't have a whole lot of value. I really don't know who they picked. Maybe Jingyun, because Jingyun's really good right now with a lot of damage. Or maybe they do Kafka, because Kafka's getting a buff. I'm not too sure. Very weird how they picked one of the lower value characters with probably the character with the most value in 1.0. But anyway, let me know in the comments which character you're going for. If you're going for E1, you're going for a higher Eidolon, you're saving it, are you picking a standard brander character? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one.